I have come to New York City to see the Owl Man and to, this might not come as a surprise, talk owls. Earlier, we met at the Belvedere Castle, overlooking the Turtle Pond in the middle of Central Park, and we are now making our way through the Shakespeare Garden and over to the west side of the park. The park is the Owl Man's territory, not mine, so he leads the way. Over the next 3 months, this place will take on a mythic quality in my mind, a storybook place, like the 100-Acre Wood. But right now, it is still unfamiliar turf. We emerge from the park around 81st Street and head north, passing the famous Beresford on 211 Central Park West with its massive octagonal towers. A light rain is falling. The Owl Man's name is David Barrett, and for the last year, he has been one of the central players in the drama of Flaco, the Eurasian eagle owl, who escaped from the Central Park Zoo. Almost immediately, the escapee garnered a human following, and very quickly, a tribe of Flaco followers emerged. If those followers had a high priest, it was David, whose X-account, Manhattan Bird Alert at Bird Central Park, helped others follow the bird both in the park and on their screens. David is giving me a tour of Flaco's favorite haunts during his last days, like the beautiful Art Deco building at 241 Central Park West, where he tells me Flaco perched a number of times. We stop at a spot a little farther north, and he points at another building, brownish-beige in color, and one row back behind the first line of buildings. There's an exhaust cage on top where Flaco perched. This is the last place I saw him, David says. During his final days, Flaco spent much of his time in hidden courtyards and alleys on the Upper West Side, supplementing his rat diet by occasionally feasting on rooftop pigeons at night. Both, it turned out, helped kill him. From November 19th to the time of his death, this was Flaco's turf, and his hooting echoed down to the streets and through the canyons between the buildings at night. Now we walk a little farther west, and David points up at a water tower that Flaco favored. I stare up through the scratchy hand of a honey locust that grows out of a dirt patch on the sidewalk of 86th Street. The water tower sits atop a 20-story building like an ill-fitting chapeau. Its white paint is chipped off in places, revealing a yellow-orange color beneath. An iron ladder climbs up its side, and David describes how Flaco liked to rest on top of that ladder. In fact, he had a great fondness for water towers, perhaps because they, like him, perched above everything else on rooftops, and because they reflected his hoots, making them echo louder. From up above, he hooted down on the city.